Welcome all on my YouTube channel JANS Basic Geology. So student, this is one of the video related with the respiration. But by this video, we will discuss and focus on the respiration, particularly which takes place in a group amphibia. So let's start. So in case of amphibian organisms, the respirations are basically takes place by the lungs. Most amphibians can breathe through the lungs, but some organisms can respire with the help of the skin also. So respiration in amphibians takes place with the help of pair of lungs and also with the moist skin. Whenever these organisms are in aquatic media, at that time they can use the skin for the respiration. So the lungs in amphibians are primitive compared to those of the amniotes, having some internal septa and large alveoli. In this alveoli, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. This area is having the network of the blood vessels or capillaries where oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange takes place. At the time of ventilation, at the time of breathing, the buccal pumping process takes place. The buccal cavity having a major role in the ventilation. Most amphibians can exchange gases with water as well as in the air via their skin, and that particular type of respiration is called as, which takes place with the help of the skin, that respiration is called as cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration means the respiration which takes place with the help of the skin, which can be happen in the amphibian group of organism. For this purpose, the skin surface is become highly vascularized and it must be moist. Due to moist skin and highly vascularized skin, this cutaneous respiration can be takes place in this group of organism. Then it is calculated that the inner surface area of the lungs is about 2/3 of its skin. When we calculate the inner surface area of the both lungs with that of the skin, it can found that the area of the inner surface of the lungs is about, in case of frog, is about 2/3 of its overall skin. The lungs are do not having trachea, bronchi and bronchioles. That is trachea, bronchi and bronchioles. These are the parts of the respiratory tract is absent. In amphibians, the lungs are directly attached to larynx. In higher organisms, this trachea, bronchi and bronchioles are found But in case of amphibians, the respiratory system do not having the trachea, bronchi and bronchioles, due to which the lungs are directly attached to larynx. Then in the second step, how the mechanism of respiration takes place. So the mechanism of respiration, which is also called as ventilation or breathing, takes place in this particular organism. They can follow two steps as like that of other organisms. They are having two steps. First step is called as inspiration. First step of the respiration, which is called as inspiration. At the time of inspiration, that is, inspiration means taking in air. At that time, taking oxygen, which is also called inspiration. At that time, what happens? The floor of mouth is depressed. First of all, the floor of the mouth is depressed, due to which this area of the mouth cavity is increased, due to which what happens? The air can be drawn into the buccal cavity through the nostrils. The air can be drawn in the buccal cavity through the nostrils. Due to the increased area of the buccal cavity, automatically from the outside area, surrounding area, the air rushes into the buccal cavity. Then afterward, nostrils are closed in the second steps, and the floor of the mouth cavity is relaxed. It can be elevated, due to which a positive pressure is applied in the mouth cavity and which drives the air into the lungs. So this can be happened at the time of inspiration in the amphibian respiratory process. First of all, at the time of inspiration, mouth is depressed, due to which air to be drawn into the buccal cavity through the open nostrils. In the second step, nostrils are closed and the floor of the mouth cavity is elevated. This can create positive pressure in the mouth cavity over the air which is present there at that time, and due to which that air then drives or force towards the lungs. Then this inspiration then followed by the next step, which is called as expiration. At the time of expiration, the contraction of the muscle of the body wall and elastic recoiling of the lungs. Due to the contraction of the muscle of body wall and elastic recoiling of the lungs, these two processes act simultaneously, due to which the air or the gas force out of the lungs through the open glottis. Once again, expiration. At the time of expiration, the contraction of the muscle of the body wall and the recoiling of the lungs both can acting to drive gas out of the lungs through the open glottis, and the air is expelled from the body towards the outside. In aquatic organisms, in aquatic amphibians, the pressure of water on the body wall can also assist expiration. In aquatic amphibians, the pressure exerted by the water, by the surrounding water on the body wall, can also help to expel the air from the body. Many amphibians show rhythmic oscillations of the floor of the mouth between periods of lung inflation. This can be, in case of amphibians, this process of inspiration and expiration rhythmically takes place, repeatedly variations found at the time of these rhythmic oscillations, and the mouth cavity having a major role in these oscillations. These oscillations are thought to be involved in olfaction by producing a flow of gas over the olfactory epithelial surface. At the time of respiration, the air or the gas can be flow over the olfactory epithelial surface. That is, it is think that by this process, the olfaction, that is, the process of olfaction can also takes place at the time of respiration in amphibians. So these are some points related to the respiration which takes place in the amphibians. So once again, thank you all of you for watching this video.